Good morning, Colfax, and welcome back to CTV for March 1st. Today, we take a look into the unique world of motocross racing.
And the CTV sports team takes to the fields, courts, and mats to cover the winter sports postseason.
Welcome to the show.
The dodgeball tournament wrapped up on Friday after nearly 2 weeks of exciting play. Congrats to the Dodge Fathers as they made an undefeated run to the 2022 championship.
Reporter Jay Patterson has been keeping up with all the quad crown action, and we'll have highlights in the next week's show.
For those who are applying to be in leadership next year, or if you know of an incoming freshman who is, the applications are due March 11th.
Both current student and incoming student applications can be found on the Colfax website under announcements.
Those aren't the only applications due. Link Crew is also accepting new members for next year. They welcome any student who will be a junior or senior next year that wants to help welcome the class of 2026 to the nest.
Colfax is a community full of unique students with exciting hobbies. Reporter Chelyn Ackerman traveled to Marysville, where one of these hobbies is revving up.
If you ask a select group of students at Colfax High how they spend their weekends, they would say on a dirt bike. The all-consuming sport of motocross plays a key role in the lives of Falcons such as James Hickey, Mason Lavigny, Ethan Hallam, Drew Perrine, and many more. The CTV News team spent the day in Marysville at the MMX Riverfront track to catch local riders Jack Clark, Cameron Tabbitt, and Chelyn LeBarbiere on race day to get an insight into this competitive world.
I got into motocross and racing when I was a little kid, and I rode a lot, and then I started to like it more and more, and some of my buddies raced, so I thought it would be fun, and then I started trying it, and it's pretty fun.
The introduction to motocross started early for most of these competitors, and their love for the sport fuels them to endure the rigors of riding and maintaining their machines. Their bike sees constant wear and tear as the group rides locally during the week and travel to competitions to ride on the weekends. Racetracks from Fort Sage, Nevada to Bitterwater, California can range between 10 to 40 miles, and our Falcons race against riders of all ages from local District 36. Within each district, there are 4 classes: C, B, A, and Pro. Racers are organized into these classes determined by a racer's dirt bike size and personal point totals. Points are earned by an individual's finish in each race, and season point totals determine class champions. Colfax riders not only race, but have had success. Jack Clark finished second in a C-Class championship, which boosted him up to the B-Class. Throughout his career, Chelyn LeBarbiere has won 2 B-Class championships and 1 C-Class. Currently, Chelyn races in the B-Class along with Jack and Cameron, but his future plans go beyond that.
My goals is to hopefully get my pro license by 18, 19, and then hopefully make just a little bit of money here and there.
Jack and Cameron aspire to rise through the ranks and eventually compete in Class A. Motocross goes beyond competition for this group of Falcons and impacts their everyday lives and relationships.
I've gained some pretty good friendships and just better riding skills. It's impacted my life in a big way. It's all I talk about, it's all I know.
Motocross continues to influence the lives of these Falcons, and the positive effects of this shared passion are evident. Reporting for CTV, on behalf of camera op and editor Kylie Powell, I'm Chelyn Ackerman.
I had the pleasure of joining Chelyn to meet these athletes in Marysville, and let me tell you, these races are super exciting to watch.
It definitely seems like an exciting sport.
A spring fling dance has been announced by the Colfax Leadership Program. It will be held March 18th at 8 p.m. in the Inner Quad. DJ Muzz will be returning to Colfax once again, and tickets will go on sale next week in the Quad.
Prices are $10 with an ASB card, $15 without, and $20 at the door.
Because the theme is Spring Fling, start putting together your comfortable spring or summer attire, and remember, dress code still applies. I, for one, am super excited for another dance.
The winter sports seasons are drawing to an end, and Bethany Gadway has this week's sports update.
Thank you, Garrett, and welcome back to the CTV Sports Update. Today, we close out the winter sports season and celebrate the achievement of multiple teams. Our girls basketball team won their first 2 playoff games in convincing fashion. In the first round, Gabby Bittner's 4 3-pointers helped the Falcons to a 60-18 win, and against Capital Christian, Macy Hyman's double-double propelled the Falcons to a 66-39 win. In the section semifinal last Wednesday at Dixon, a cold shooting first half put the Falcons in a hole they could not dig out of. Despite a spirited second half effort, they fell 51-69. The Falcons still made the NorCal tournament due to their earlier wins and have been awarded a home game tonight where they will face off against the number 13 ranked Harker Eagles from San Jose. Our boys team made the most of their season as they earned the 17th spot in the section playoffs.
The Colfax High boys basketball team finished their season off with a bang, capturing huge PVL wins over Lyndhurst and playoff-bound Foothill. The wins made it 12 regular season wins for the Falcons, the most in the past 3 years. The Never Say Die Falcons made the playoffs for the first time in 3 years, and their season-long effort paid off with a thrilling win on the road over Dixon, 76-68. Joe Siner's 35 points led the Falcons, with additional scoring coming from James Shanahan and Chase Pfeiffer to get the Falcons the win. In the second round, they took on number 1 Liberty Ranch on the road in Galt, where their season would come to an end.
Off the court and onto the mats, the wrestling team went to divisionals last week. Freshman wrestler Luke Tonini placed 5th, while Jackson Veers ended up placing 6th. Senior captain Amber Gugliani made it through divisionals and masters, earning her a spot in the state championship last weekend. She competed against the top 32 wrestlers in the entire state, and with her second round win, ended the tournament in 25th place. Gugliani becomes only the second female wrestler in Colfax history to make the state tournament. Our girls soccer team has had one of the best seasons in school history as well, and reporter Glen Hooker followed the team through the playoffs and has this report.
The Colfax girls soccer team captured the Pioneer Valley League Championship on February 4th. The Falcons dominated the PVL, giving up only 1 goal on their way to a perfect 8-0 mark. The celebration was short-lived as the team had goals that went beyond league. The Falcons earned the number 1 seed in Division 5 and started their quest for a section title at home when they faced off against number 8 Riverbank. Colfax struck first when Kaya Diederichs got on the back end of a Carly Patrick pass. The Falcons would give up their first goal in 5 games, but their offense, and specifically Kaya Diederichs' 4 goals, was too much for Riverbank as they coasted to a 4-1 win, setting up a semifinal game against Bradshaw Christian. Bradshaw was the same team that snatched a section title from the Falcons in 2020. Colfax was focused, and their effort yielded 4 goals while giving up none. When the final whistle blew, the Falcons had earned a spot in the section championship, where they would face number 3 West Campus of Sacramento. In the first half, the Falcons were hitting on all cylinders, generating 14 shots on goal and only 2 for West Campus. But despite their superior play and the clean sheet, they could not generate a goal of their own, leaving the score tied 0-0 at half. The dynamic duo of Chelyn Ackerman and Kaya Diederichs would connect early in the half when Diederichs put a ball on Ackerman that would end up in the back of the net. The Falcons faced their first adversity when speedy freshman winger Emma Menth went down with an ankle injury. West Campus wasted no time scoring a spectacular equalizing goal from 25 meters out to tie the game, and with 9 minutes remaining would get another goal from their star forward to go up 2-1. The Falcons' hopes were dimming when the official informed head coach Kara Diedericks that there was only 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining in the game. Diedericks employed her girls to attack, to play wide open, and with under a minute to play, Ellen Edemeyer set a cross into the air and found the ever-calm Savannah Sheets, who took the ball to her feet and slid the ball under the goalie's arm for the tying goal. 30 seconds later, the whistle blew and the game was going to 2 10-minute extra periods. 3 minutes into the first overtime period, Kaya Diedericks was cut down just outside the penalty box on a breakaway, which warranted a penalty kick. The ball was placed 20 yards out, and team captain Chelyn Ackerman was called upon one more time. And she answered with a smash to the top right corner of the goal, and the Falcons had retaken the lead with 17 minutes of overtime remaining. Coach Diedericks would once again call upon her defense that recorded 11 shutouts on the season behind the stellar goalie play of Anna Miles. Miles would make stop after stop, and finally the official's whistle would blow for the last time and signal a long-awaited Colfax section championship, the third in program history.
The soccer team will now set their sights on the state tournament, where they are seeded number 8 in Northern California and will go on the road to face off against with number 1 Christopher High School from Gilroy tonight. Good luck, ladies. On January 15th, the boys soccer team played their last match in a playoff game against Del High. The Hawks, second ranked in the Southern League and number 2 seed in the section bracket, took a 2-goal lead over our Falcons in the first half. The boys, as they have all season, battled back behind goals by Caleb Green and Matt Schmidt, who both finished off passes from Hudson McDonald, tying the score at 2-2. The game-decided goal came from Del High, propelling them to the section finals and ending what has been the best boys soccer season since 2001. On the mountain, the Nordic ski team wrapped up their season, and reporter Garrett Reinhard has this report.
With the regular season under their belts, the Nordic ski team turned their attention to the CNI SSF State Championships at the Auburn Ski Club. Here, the best racers in the state, including 13 Colfax athletes, competed for the top of the leaderboards. Highlights from the race include Daniel Bittner taking 18th place and Griffin Vernon coming in 23rd. The girls' race saw Megan Schwartz place 21st, Mallory Gorba with 23rd, and Hunter Nilsson claiming 25th. The Nordic team says goodbye to 7 seniors who played a major role in building up the team this season. Now, the rest of the team will focus on next season, where they hope to continue building the team and returning to the state championships.
Last Tuesday, Alpine skiers skipped school to attend a giant slalom race at Alpine, where once again the Colfax girls put on a heck of a show in the snow. Miracle Wooten once again put her name on the leaderboard, placing 4th among the girls against Davis, Placer, and NU. On the boys' side, Noah Francella placed 4th as well. As a team, Colfax placed 3rd, just barely behind Placer by 11 points. The snowboard team continues their march up the league leaderboard, and reporter Dom Hererra has this report.
The snowboarding team raced at Boreal Friday, February 18th. Both teams holding a fantastic first place overall in the league. The men's team hold 3rd place in their individual league, while also adding Caleb Howard, Peter Dunham, and returning injured rider Zach Samuelson to their list for states. The women's team also in 3rd place, while adding Lauren Conway to their list for states. Both teams race Monday, February 28th at Alpine Meadows, and stay tuned next week for the final results before states.
That's all I have for you this week, Colfax. Congratulations to all of our athletes who participated in another memorable winter sports season. We'll be back next week with more things sports, and I hope to see you tonight in the Nest for the girls' basketball game. Till then, I'm Bethany Gadway.
Congratulations to all of our winter athletes.
The CTV sports team will now turn their cameras to 6 spring sports to keep you, the Falcon Nation, up to date.
Yesterday, the Colfax Cafe started requiring school ID cards to receive a free lunch. Please remember to have your ID cards ready to go.
The senior portrait turn-in has come and gone. If you're a senior that didn't get the chance to turn in a portrait but still want something a little snazzier than your ID picture, professional photographer Julie Walton of Stinkbug Studios will be on campus tomorrow offering free senior portraits. Please sign up for Mr. Wolf's Flex and come to the Media Hub.
Freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Course registration for next year is in full swing and must be completed by tomorrow. Complete your course selection sheet and turn it in at the office. And don't forget to put your name on the top.
Also, make sure to sign up for your classes in your Aries student portal under Classes and Course Request Entry. From there, follow the video directions you have received in your email.
If you're signing up to be a TA, pure teacher, or for a class that requires a signature, like yearbook, make sure to get that done before turning in your form.
Well, Colfax, that's all we have for you this week. Next week, we take a look at how some seniors are serving their community through sport.
And Jay Patterson brings you all the highlights from the first ever Quad Crown tournament. Until then, I'm Megan Towne for Garrett Reinhard. Have a great day, Colfax.